group is kind of hard to question. But yeah, the opening match, he is the clear favorite. He is better than OYG, but as I've mentioned, I think OYG has a bit of momentum working for him.
Okay.
And this is a PvP. This is a PvP, so anything goes. And yeah.
So let's get into it. Game number 1 of Group D starts right now between TT1 and Oya. All right, here we go. In the upper left-hand corner in the blue, playing Protoss, is our American player, Probe, or TT1.
His opponent in the right-hand side as the red Protoss. He's hailing from Sweden. He's OYG.
Yeah, there he is. Okay, so yeah, the maybe a little bit of a mismatch as far as experience goes. I think TT1's about as OG as it gets. Also, an age mismatch. There's almost 9 years difference between these two players. So Oyaji is basically as old as StarCraft is.
Oh, he's 23, just like I am.
Yeah.
I thought I would be the youngest player here. But I think Tai2 is 22 or something like that.
Yeah. Young Lewis is living up to his name, but for the most part, yeah, TT1 is a very storied player, but I totally agree with you. I think Oyaji has a lot of hype behind him. So let's see what's going on as far as their openers go. At PvP, the openers are generally pretty similar, and that's exactly what we see here. Mirror builds on both sides. That'll probably be true until it's Cybercore.
Yeah, there was a little bit of divergence in the PvP openings we had in the previous group, right? Where Ghost Dark went up against Pro. And for the time being, it seems like that divergence is once again present because there's no gas being taken by TT1. So he's going to be looking to apply a bit of zealot pressure in the early stages of the game, as I would expect. But yeah, we'll have to wait for the game to pick up a bit more momentum for these little differences to start being a bit more prevalent. Oh, OYG is actually blocking his natural, so the late scout from TT1 is not going to get into the base of our Swedish player, and that's really already.
Actually, I think that probe's a little off. Okay, yeah, I thought if he had maybe gone from the other direction,
probes are chunky.
Block it. Yeah, they
big
are.
Chungus. That's a big chungus if I've ever seen one, mate.
Yeah, they are thick. They can't sneak anywhere because the clapping of their axe. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. Damn, that mischance, dude. It's OP.
Right. Oh, that probably shouldn't have happened because now TT1 is in the dark and he doesn't know what's going on and he can't even place his nexus. Oh, never mind. I actually mismicroed because he was doing a decent job of blocking that nexus in the natural of TT1 in that back base in that back natural. But yeah, so far TT1 doesn't know what he's going up against, and if he doesn't rectify this situation in a timely manner, this is going to play in the hands of OYG. Oh, the Zealot slips through, and his entire plan of not letting TT1 into his main base has just fallen down like a house of cards on a windy day.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, what was the big super secret plan, right? I mean, maybe he was gonna like Reaver Rush, and that was gonna be the haha gotcha moment, because you can pretty much, I mean, obviously he knows that his opponent's expoing. So when you know your opponent's expoing, which is super risky in PvP, there's a lot that you can do with that. But obviously the Zealot getting in and seeing everything is a big tell.
Yeah, I think the main point, like the main takeaway is that you don't necessarily need to have a secret plan if you don't let your opponent know that you don't have one, right? Because if you're denying information that is already, doing a decent job, that is, putting your opponent at a disadvantage, because you need to take more things into account when getting ready for the later stages of the game. But that Zealot slipping through, it did its job, and TT1 managed to rectify his position. And now knows what he's going up against. And he's in a very comfortable spot. He's got a much quicker nexus. He's got 2 gateways when he's going up against 1 gateway and a robo, and no expansion just yet. So a beautiful position for the Canadian.
Yep, and Oya got in and has got a full scout too, so he knows exactly what's going on there. It's not like there's difference, but the 3rd gateway, okay. I mean, I guess it makes sense because of the early expo. All my PvP timings are really thrown off by the ability to fast expand in PvP, which doesn't really exist on maps without back naturals.
Did TT1 actually manage to confirm that this is Reavers? Did he see the robo? He must have seen it.
Yeah, he saw the robo.
Okay,
so yeah, he knows what to expect.
Yeah, so I think that's a sound answer, a sound response to the Reaver. You go for a 3rd gateway, you just go for range goons, and the range is actually delayed quite heavily. It's only just now started. So this Reaver might actually find a bit of damage if the positioning is off from TT1. It's still a ways away, right? It's only just now finishing. So the range might finish in time. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, either way, let's see how fast he can get across the map. He's got the shuttle. He's got the Reaver. He's going to have the speed pretty soon. And where are we going? Okay, so we're going to back natural. I guess that does make sense. It's going to be kind of hard to funnel Dragoons down there. Where are the Dragoons? There's 2. Okay. Obviously, he's pumping out a 3 gateway, so he'll have another 3 by the time the shuttle arrives.
But he's running away in every other regard. Like, he's got 33 probes to 27, still making probes out of 2. Oh, sorry, he's actually stopped. He's actually cut probe production at the moment. But he's going for 2 cannons in the natural, right, in his base. So these Reavers, or this single Reaver, is going to have a really hard time finding any damage. There's more Dragoons now popping out. The shuttle is coming in. Is he going to find any damage? The Zealot, I reckon, is going to get put on hold position. Oh, actually, no, it's going to go straight in.
Reaver Scarab #1 glitches. Another good connection on some probes. 2nd connection blocked, actually, by a probe, but duds out on the assimilator. So, wow, that was actually remarkable. Taking a lot of hits there. The shuttle barely survives. The Reaver gets 1 shot off, and even that duds. What a disaster.
Yeah. So TT1 can just go straight back into probing, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's getting more probes to get himself further away. Now, Oyaji managed to get or to even out the sorry, I'm having a hard time putting my thoughts to words. Evening out the probe difference here, right? Both at 32, whereas TT1 had a slight advantage before that Reaver drop. But was it worth it? Like, you lost a Reaver, right? And you lost your ability to pressure, because now the shuttle is at like 8 HP, right? Plus the shield, so probably like 3 or 4 Dragoon shots away from just straight up dying. I mean, I don't know. It feels like he wasted his opportunity. Now, he's got 2 more Reavers, but once again, this shuttle is being kept together by duct tape. And a couple stray Dragoons could just pick it off as easily as, you know, as it goes. But TT1 is moving across the map with his entire army when the Reavers are going towards the natural of his opponent. And, you know, it feels like there's sufficient defense. If he stays at the top of his ramp and goes for a slightly wider arc, he could defend this relatively easily, right? There's like 7 goons going up against 6.
Yeah.
And, yeah, the Reavers get recalled. They're flying back home in the shuttle. And it looks like TT1 might actually be able to break his opponent. Oya didn't move back quite in time to get a better arc and defend against this, so the Reavers will need to come in to save the day. And
I mean, that's a good connection. So the game's not over, but yeah, you're right. That's still a lot of damage done, and especially considering how much faster TT1's Nexus was. I mean, it is depleted gas, so it's not like this is, you know, going to last forever. But yeah, TT1 is killing it right now. Should be looking to Expo again pretty soon, right? No.
I didn't even look. I didn't even look in the main base because I was so focused with the aggression. But yeah, it looks like he's going for carriers here.
2 base carriers. Get out of here. Dude, TT1's the guy that... Wait, he actually almost... Okay, I thought he was like attacking his own probes to cannon. Anyway, TT1's the guy that finds out these like weird shenanigans that you can do. Is this a throw?
I mean, it's a good carrier map, but you would expect those
Yeah?
to be used in like TVP, maybe. Or, sorry, PVT.
Well, let's watch this 1
necessarily
HP shuttle
PvP.
come in. This is 8 hit points and 60 shields.
Do you want to risk it? Do you really want to risk it? I don't think so.
I'm surprised
like-
he's actually still using the shuttle.
That's your lifeline. Those two Reavers are keeping you in the game, basically, at this point. Right? It feels like it.
I mean, one
see,
thing's for sure, Oya has no idea there's carriers on the way.
That's the point I was getting at. What is the point of going for like a shuttle with Reavers when you know your opponent is going to be ready for it, right? Because there's no way you're going to be able to find damage with those. So upon being scouted, maybe it would have been a bit smarter to go for a quicker third, maybe, and try and fake out your opponent. Maybe go for Reavers, but in a defensive manner, while taking hold of that third base.
Mm-hmm.
Because it feels like he played right into the hands of TT1 right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he doesn't know he's doing it. Obviously, that's the whole point. Let's see what happens when he figures this out. He's gonna be able to kind of shut down this third base, which is
he's trying to fake him out with the other shuttle at the third base. It's empty, so he's going to try and draw the units away. He might be able to see the carriers. No, he turns back.
Wow.
The other shuttle. The other shuttle. He confirms the carriers, so he knows what he's going up against. Is this High Templar going to find any damage? Oh, the storm's not done yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting hyped for nothing.
He storm drops before the storm's done. That's gonna be a Lamal from me.
You know that meme from 2.5 Guys about forgetting something? If you forgot it, it's probably not that important. Remember that meme? That would have been a fitting description of what went on.
That's pretty good. Well, this is where we do that jump rope rhyme. How many carriers does it take? Is 2 enough? I mean, 2 carriers is not that much, right?
Yeah, I mean, does he have an answer that he's got 5 goons?
Oya's got Storm, right? Storm's pretty good against carriers.
What's the interaction between Storm and Interceptors? Because I genuinely don't know. He's going for Dark Archons. Oya G is going for Dark Archons, and he's blocked himself in, so he can't move down the ramp.
What? Also, I'd like to point out that we are researching for the first time in BSL history the Argus Talisman. You know what the Argus Talisman does?
No way, mate.
It's specifically
no clue.
50 Dark Archon energy. Not even Ariador knew what the name for that upgrade was. Like, what on earth?
Yeah, so it's hard to find anything meaningful to say about this game when you've got 2 carriers flying around a base with 2 Archons sitting idle, not doing much, and it's a PvP.
But look, if you could mind control the carriers with 2 Archons, that not the sickest? Tell me that's not the sickest.
It is. No, it's on paper, it's probably a good answer.
Well, hey, you know what TT1 doesn't have any of? The observers.
Guessed it.
Checkmate. Well, I guess that's good for Oya. I love how here's the thought process. It's like, I don't have anything to detect the BTs, so I need to pull my carriers back. Thinking emoji there. But obviously, there are Dragoons out. So he does have an observer now. But, like, what? I mean, there's 2 more. He's still going to get this Argus Talisman. Does he have any more Dark Archons? I mean, shouldn't he cancel?
I don't think so, no. He doesn't have any Dark Archons left. But he's still got a
the
swipey boy there.
Yeah, the Dark Archons he doesn't have will have 50 more energy.
Oh. That's not very useful, is it? Yeah, this is going to be a painful end to this game as Oya G falls apart a bit with his choices of answering carriers with Dark Archons with plus 50 energy.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he goes for the dark, like that's the ultimate mind game, right? You build the 2 Dark Archons, and they're like, wait a second, I'm just gonna kill them. So they kill them, and you're like, okay, I've killed the Dark Archon, and then you make 2 more Dark Archons. They never see it coming, and those 2 more Dark Archons, you got plus 50 energy. Nobody sees that coming. And then you lose the game. So we're right on track to see that happen. Except there's no more Dark Archons. He's building 9 Dark... Oh, no, it's 3 Dark Templar. Never mind. I thought it was 9. Lots of Dark Templar out there.
I haven't been this confused in a while, Rapid. I think I need to go see a shrink.
What is happening here?
Yeah.
TT1 wisely realizes he cannot win the game now, which is confusing because he does have 4 carriers.
Why can't he win the game? He's got more units, he's got the same upgrades, he's got carriers, and he's like 34 supply ahead. Why can't he just A-move into the match?
Look, all I'm trying to say is these Dark Archons, they're coming. They're channeling their energy.
I mean, they've got 50 energy and 70, and the mind control is like 150.
Yeah, 150. What if they shared their energy together?
That would be a terrible idea. Don't ever design games, please.
Still not enough. GG. That's going to do it. Oya taps out the might of the Protoss carrier army. Carrier's so good. They even win in PvP. Damn, dude.
I'm confused, mate. I don't know what just happened.
My brain's a little broken.